Okay, happy Pie Day again. I don't think we had any volume. Here you go.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. Can you hear us now? Let's see. Hello, hello. Could y'all hear us at first? I'm not sure if y'all could hear us at first. Hello, hello. Happy Pie Day.
Dawn is on at this very moment.
Yay. Hey, Dawn. Okay, you can hear fine. All right, good. Good, good, good. So we are celebrating 3.14 today.
That's a math.
Yeah, it's a
sickness.
math thing.
Sickness.
It's a very important day for the mathematicians in the world. So I just want to say happy Pie Day. So we're painting a pie today. How you like that? I didn't cook a pie. We're only painting a pie. All right, but we're also doing something else that I'm going to show y'all. It's just going to be really brief. I saw in the comments in the private Facebook group that y'all were asking how to patch up a canvas that has been damaged, that's already been painted. And so I'm going to show you that first. And then I'm going to split this video up into two separate videos when I put them in the online classroom. One is going to be the how to patch a canvas, the easy DIY how to patch a canvas, and then the other one's going to be the actual painting. Okay? Yeah, Michael will only have a painted pie. That's correct. Okay.
That stinks, Lynn.
So I want to show you that first. We're gonna patch up this. We're gonna patch up this painting. I want to show you what I have here. See this hole right here? Okay, nope, y'all can't see that. Give me just a second. I'm gonna zoom in on y'all, or make this. Okay, and then let's go like that. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, see this? This happened in our moving. Okay, moving from place to place. This hit something and it tore the canvas. See it? All right, and this is a really, this is like a really pretty painting. So I want to show you what I'm going to do. I'm going to go to the back side of my painting, and you see how I have this right here is a nice little tear in my canvas. Okay, so what I'm doing right now is I'm taking apart. I have like just an 8x8 canvas that I just took apart, and I'm going to use this to patch it up. So I'm going to take my scissors and I'm going to cut myself a nice little piece. Cut all of the little edges off. Okay, I'm going to save this because I might need it again. So I'm going to put that to the side.
What is it that you're cutting? An old canvas?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, and then I'm going to take this piece. Now, I'm going to do it this way. I'm going to take this piece and I'm going to cover this up. Now, I am going to use matte medium to do that. Okay, I'm going to use matte medium. You can use you can use Mod Podge, you can use other things, but I am going to use matte medium. And so I'm going to take a paintbrush and I'm just going to put this matte medium. I'm going to put kind of a lot, okay? I'm going to put this matte medium on the back side of the canvas with a paintbrush, and I'm going to put it where I want it to go.
Oh, this is fun.
This is fun.
I mean, I like this part.
And then I'm going to take this matte medium and I'm going to add the matte medium on the back side as well. Okay, now right now it's not sticky, but matte medium is kind of like a gluey surface, So once it starts drying, it's going to be, oh, I wish I had my little heat gun right here.
You want me to go get it? I
It's
think
right
outside.
there. I brought it in, but I don't know if I can plug it in and
Well, no,
use it.
because of it might flip something.
No, it's just we have so much stuff all the way around. Okay, and so I'm going to watch it, and I'm going to make sure that it seals
You want it, Mom?
all the way around. I would like it, yes. All the way around. Make sure you check in. I know I'm asking you to do a lot of things right now. Let me look at the comments and make sure. You have your Montana clothes on today? Yes, I do have my Montana clothes on, Cindy. It's cold here. And y'all, the art, not the art event, the market, the Louisiana Festival. Thank you, baby. It's supposed to, oh, it's not long enough. It's supposed to rain all day Friday. It's 90% chance of rain Friday. And it's going to be cold. And the event is Friday, Saturday, Sunday. But we're going to hope for the best. Okay, you see, as it dries, it gets sticky. And so it's going to stick now. Ooh, that's hot. Hot, hot, hot. Okay, so you're going to let this dry. I'm doing this in a rush. So if you have to put more, you just put more. You make sure it stays down. It stays down. And then when you turn it over, you can still see my boo-boo, okay? Because this was a pretty bad rip, okay? This is a really bad rip, actually. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in here. Once all of this dries, I'm going to come in here with some paint. And I'm going to fill in all of those areas. See, it's still wet right now, so I don't want to do it right now. But I'm going to take my green paint, and you could put gesso over it first if you want to kind of smooth it out. Okay, you could put gesso over it if you want to smooth it out. I'm just going to use acrylic paint. I'm going to take my paints once it's dry, and I'm going to go ahead. Since most of my paintings already have texture to them, I'm just going to go ahead and add that texture in here, and then it's going to be patched. It's going to be fixed.
Michael asked, is there anything else you can use?
Yeah, you can use gesso. You can use any type of medium. They all have like a glue consistency. You could use Mod Podge. I guess she's talking about the glue, right?
I'm sure, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, you can use a number of different things. You could probably even use like Elmer's glue or something, you know? So that's it. That's all you have to do. And then you're just going to have to decide how you want to repair this. Now, if I sold this, I would make sure that I would tell them that there is a patch on the back. Okay, I would make that aware, and I would probably sell it a little less than what I would if it was not a a damaged canvas. But if it's a beautiful piece of artwork that you still want, you don't want to have to repaint it, then it is very fixable. So I just wanted to share that with you. And once all of this dries, I'll go ahead and show you how I'm going to paint all of this. I'll continue the video and I'll show you how I'm going to paint all of that to fix it up.
I guarantee you could use regular spackle that you use on sheetrock.
Spackle?
Well,
instead of the sheet of canvas?
I guarantee you can.
Maybe so.
If you stir it enough, and maybe use just a very little.
Maybe
but that has a tendency to harden a bit.
Yeah, and then it might flake. That's what I'm thinking. It's going to flake off. Okay, so that was lesson number 1. What do y'all think about that? We learning all kind of good stuff today. Okay, and then lesson number 2, we're going to be painting this cute little pie that I found on the internet. And I'm actually going to be painting it on a small piece of watercolor paper. So I'm going to use, let me take this off so y'all can see what I'm doing.
What kind of pie is that?
Huh?
What kind of pie is that?
I think it's a cherry pie, but I don't even think it's a real pie. I think it's just for show. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
Yeah, because you can see the crust doesn't look that real.
For sure.
So I'm going to take I have my reference photo right here, and I'm actually going to use a little 8x8 sheet of watercolor paper. It is not the really thick watercolor paper. It's only 140 pound. Okay, but I feel like using that tonight because I think it would be a really cute painting. Okay, we are not using watercolors. We are using acrylics. Okay, we are using acrylics on this. So I just want to make sure that you are aware. I'm going to bring this in just a little bit.
Glenda, it is good to see you. Glenda Faye.
Hi, Miss Glenda. I'm going to use this. Okay, I'm going to use this little plastic. I know y'all seen these before. These little plastic things you can buy at, by the way, at Michael's. By the way, our Michael's is closing down. They have just broken my heart. There's a Michael's store like 10 minutes from my house.
Hello, Tammy.
And I just went over there the other day and there's a big sign. We are closing this store. All sales are final. And when I went inside, they had already packed up all of the paint stuff to ship to other stores. So they're like, there's nothing in the store that I wanted. So I just left. I was so mad.
We still have Hobby Lobby.
Yes, we still have Hobby Lobby right down the road, like probably a quarter of a mile away from Michael's.
12 minutes from that.
But I was so disappointed. It just hurt my feelings. It's like, how could they do that to me? I moved all the way back to Louisiana and I was so excited about having a Michael's.
Hello, Tammy.
Hey, Tammy. And now I'm grabbing my colors, y'all.
Cindy, we don't know. However,
what? We don't know
why
what
it's closing. We have a feeling it's because they cannot match Hobby Lobby.
Either that or I know the lady at the checkout, because I was like, are y'all seriously closed? And she could tell I was so disappointed. She said, yeah. She said, our business here is not good at all. I said, well, I thought maybe I was enough to run y'all business and y'all don't have to close.
That's not funny. No, really, that. We need to talk about that.
I'm just playing, baby.
Me too. Gotcha. Booyah.
So, yeah.
Really, Monica?
What?
Maybe your Michael's is different, but this Michael's here just didn't have a lot of stuff.
No, they have a lot of stuff.
They had a lot of decor.
They have a lot of stuff. They just don't have the people that shop it. Like the community is not into crafting. Does that make sense? It's not the most crafty
Yeah,
type
we got
of
Hobby
community.
Lobby right down the road. So
Yeah.
But we also have Michael's near Seth and Kelsey.
Mm-hmm.
So it's good to go to Michael's there.
Okay, so let me talk to you about the colors that I'm starting to put on here. This is Payne's Gray. This is just a sap green. It's actually, it's not a sap green to me because it's really like grass green. It's a really bright green. This is raw sienna. That's going to be a lot of the little pie area, like the crust. It is raw sienna. It's almost like a golden brown color.
Heidi said it.
What?
I think stores are having a rough time because of the amount of things you can get
Online. That's right. Ever since COVID, everybody is like, "Oh, I'm just ordering online." That's the way to go. And I know I'm guilty too. I mean, we all are.
I'm sure Jeff Bezos loves it.
Who's Jeff?
Bezos,
Oh yeah.
the Amazon dude.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
Become even more of a billionaire.
Okay, so I just added titanium white, and then I'm gonna get to the red later. But
Did you
what
say
I
the other colors, by the way? Cindy.
I did Payne's gray, green, raw sienna, black, and white so far. So far, that's the only colors that I've added to my palette. Okay, so what I'm going to start with is I'm just going to sketch. I'm going to take my little sketcher witcher here, very, very light, and I'm looking at this. I'm hoping y'all can see this. Okay, I'm going to, I'm actually not going to do the background. Okay, I'm actually not going to do the background. I just decided that. So I'm just going to sketch the pie plate. I'm going to sketch my pie plate. And just kind of make an oval here. And then my big ice cream. And then my big cherry on top. Okay, very, 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 very simple. Let's see. We're going to start with the background. Even though I'm not doing this background, I still want a background. Okay, I still want a background. So let me grab my water. As you can tell, I don't know if y'all can see, but I moved some stuff around, and I'm kind of like resetting. I always like to change things around and make different, I don't know. I'm still trying to figure out my best setup. So what I'm doing right now is I'm using a lot of water, and I'm taking my Payne's gray and my green, and I'm trying to make, I'm going to add a little bit of white. I don't want to dip my paintbrush in my white.
Deborah, I gave Stella a bone, and I'm afraid for her to come in here because she'll.
Oh my gosh, she makes so much noise with that darn bone.
And now it's a habit for me to give him a bone during a live, so she's bothering me.
So you see how I'm just kind of making this? I'm making it like a green background, but I want a little bit more of the blue. And I'm just using water with acrylics. It's not watercolor, but look how thin and pretty it's coming out. Isn't that pretty? And then I'm just going to add a lot of water up here. I'm using an old Filbert brush, if you were wondering. The one thing that I find very difficult with watercolor style is your watercolor style is you kind of like take away when you're painting. You kind of like take away some color. See, like right now, I'm trying to like blend it in a little bit more by taking some of it away. And with acrylics, you just add more, add more, add more. And so it's a very fine line for me when I'm trying to make my painting look kind of watercolory, because I'm going to be using white. Okay. And for watercolors, you know, normally, I don't know much about watercolors, but I know one thing, you don't use much white in watercolors, if I'm not mistaken. You kind of work backwards. You kind of like take away your paint and you keep the white underneath, the white canvas that you're working on. I may be wrong, but I'm not an expert in watercolor at all. Okay, so what I'm using right now is I'm using some black, just a little bit of black, very, very little bit of black, and a little bit of green. And I'm just trying, it's way too much on my paintbrush, so I'm taking some off. I'm just trying to make
Hello, Patsy.
a little bit of a darker area right here, like there is a shadow, or I'm just kind of grounding my piece. Okay, so that is the beginning. And now I'm going to switch. See, this was just a big old brush. I wanted something that would hold a lot of moisture in it. So I was using an old filbert brush that's big and fat.
As Pat Berg just said, filbert.
Okay, so I'm just gonna let this come down just a little bit more. All right, I'm gonna wipe that off. And then I'm gonna grab, I'm gonna go with a round, okay? Big fat round. It's not really that big. It's a Craft Smart brand, number 8 round. Okay, I'm gonna dip it in the water just to get it moist. Let me turn this a little bit so y'all aren't looking.
Sandra
crooked.
said, what I understand is with watercolors, you start with the lightest color to dark. Huh. Did you know that?
I know nothing about watercolors. I
Okay.
just play with them and I make up my own rules as I go.
There
So
you
that's
go.
really good to know.
There you go.
Yep, that's how I paint. I've never taken lessons. I just kind of paint.
There you go.
All right, so what I'm working on right now is I'm taking some white and I'm just kind of starting to make my ends in black, by the way, starting to make my my pie plate, which is cellophane. What do you call that? Aluminum.
Aluminum.
It's an aluminum pie plate. So I'm just going to use black and white. Now it's not going to look exactly like the pie plate, but I want to make like a really, really light gray. And I'm going to add a teeny bit of Payne's gray to it to kind of give it a little bit of a flare. Now I'm not using as much water now. I'm using more of an actual acrylic type situation. Just a little bit of water. And I'm just going to have some fun. And this to me is a lot of fun because watercolor paper reacts completely different than a canvas does. Watercolor paper absorbs your paint as you're painting, where if you were painting on canvas, it just kind of sits on the canvas. So you get a totally different experience working on this. You see, I'm paying attention to just kind of making my pie plate here have a little bit of movement by adding a couple of different shades of this gray. Kind of like a bluish gray, actually.
Hello, Nancy.
Hello, hello, y'all. I'm so glad y'all are here tonight. I hope y'all enjoy your bonus painting since we finished our other one in one night. We're doing a little 8x8 bonus painting tonight.
And we're eating Mexican tonight.
Oh, are we?
Yes, we are.
Yay. Yeah, because I was supposed to cook before I went live. I usually try to cook supper before we go live, but that didn't happen today. Why did that not happen today?
Well, we kind of worked late, and then I accidentally fell asleep.
Accidentally fell asleep. How is it an accident when you're in the bed with all the lights off and the covers all the way over your head?
I was going in there to think. And I
I'm like,
think
Michael,
through
where
all
are
of it.
you? He's like, what?
It's taken years for me to not tell you where I'm going when I go take a nap. And I want you to know I've done that twice in the last 2 days. Have you noticed that? I
Yes.
just kind of sneak away and go lay
Yeah,
down.
and I'm like, it sure is quiet in the house. He must be sleeping.
I think it's a great thing that I have built up a lot of strength to just walk away and not say a word and go lay down.
I love it. You
I
know I
love it
do it
too.
all the time.
I know you do.
I'm like that. He's like, why didn't you tell me where you were going? It's like, oh, sorry. Forgot to tell you. Okay, a few little areas I'm going to make really dark with more black. Because it's kind of like when you look at the reference photo, I want you to just notice, you see how you have those little dark areas in there? Can y'all see that? Oops, let's go this way. You can kind of see that. See those little dark areas right here?
Hey, Carla.
I'm just playing around with that right now. So I'm going to make a few little dark areas. Very, very little. Just kind of play around. And then I'm going to clean that off. Then I'm going to make a couple of little white spots that are a little brighter.
Hello, Wilson.
Hello, hello, everybody. I don't want to just say one name. I might forget you. I might forget who I told hi to. And so, hey, everybody. I say that to the dogs all the time. Come on, everybody.
And they respond.
Come on, everybody. Let's go outside. And they all get up and run.
Lynn, that is one of my favorite activities.
What's that?
Getting on the computer and looking at YouTube. I will watch everything from cutting hickory trees to sharpening knives at the correct angle to watching people break down and build engines off Corvettes.
Or log cabin. We watched a YouTube series where a guy built a log cabin
by hand.
by himself in Alaska by hand. He cut down the trees and everything. Have you ever watched stuff like that?
Man, that dude got some skills.
We watched, yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, Lynn, we talked about you the other night, Ginger and I. We talk about all of y'all throughout the week. And you know how Satan is. So I started getting this little feeling like, man, all we do is talk about the tribe. And it's like we don't have a life. But then God reminded me, this is our life. This is a part of our life. And this is the last dance that we're dancing. This is the last song that is playing. And so we choose to do the thing that brings us joy. And so I say that as a reason for you guys to think about that. To do the things that bring you joy. If the joy that you do doesn't harm anyone, but promotes who you are and especially promotes God, it's something to invest in. Anyway, sorry. Went on a rant. I'm waking up. Sorry.
Okay, now I'm mixing my raw sienna with a little bit of white. And I'm coming in and I'm just putting down that first layer of this beautiful pie crust. I really have no form yet. I'm just kind of plopping the paint down. Just kind of filling it all in. And I am using a lot of water to kind of get it all in there. Okay, so that's kind of like a medium color. It's got the raw sienna.
Hey,
See how
color.
dark this is? It's got the raw sienna with some white and a lot of water. And then I'm coming back a little bit darker. And I'm going to start kind of shaping things. I'm taking these little, see these little humps in the crust? I'm making them stand out more. So I'm just using the same round brush. And I'm just going to make those little, I'm just using a darker burnt sienna so that they show up more. And some of the crusts, they cross over each other. So I'm going to make those just kind of drawing those lines, you know, those crisscrosses. Even though they might not look exactly like the photo, I'm just making them crisscross somewhere.
Blueberry pie, says Elizabeth.
Is that what you're making yours, blueberry? Okay, then I'm going to come in with a little bit of dark areas. That's a little bit too dark. Let me go a little lighter. A little bit more water. It's not moving quite like I want it to. So I'm going in and kind of filling in a few little dark areas, for all those little shadows down here. Let's fill in. And the colors I'm using are like black and raw sienna and just a little bit of white. So it's kind of like a grayish color with the raw sienna as well, mixed in it. Just kind of making it up as I'm going, actually. I'm not following the exact photo. Wherever I feel like it needs it, I'm putting it. Okay. And then the last step on the crust is I'm going to use a light. I cleaned my paintbrush off completely, but I'm still using the same paintbrush. I'm going to now accent the lighter shades of the raw sienna. So I'm going to go raw sienna and white. And I'm going to make a much lighter raw sienna. And then I'm just going to kind of play. You know what would be pretty on here? A little bit of yellow as well. I'm just going to play on these.
Oh, right on, Sandy. This would be a cute shelf sitter.
Yes, very cute shelf sitter.
Hello, Donna.
Hey, Donna. Yes, super cute. Or even like a card, you know, like a greeting card or something for, I don't know, some
Right
get
on,
together.
Right on.
Okay, so there's my crust. It's not perfect, but I like it. I like the way it looks. Cleaning my paintbrush off. Okay, so here's the challenging part. I've got to make this ice cream. look like that. Okay, so here's my thinking. I'm paying a lot of attention to the actual colors, not the shapes. And so what colors do I see in here? Let me zoom this. Okay, so the first thing I see is I see some of this raw sienna on the base right here, which is like a reflection. But in order to create a reflection, basically what we have to do is we have to just put that color in there. Okay, lots of white, but in the white, you can see a lot of gray. You can see a lot of gray, kind of brownish. Okay, so what we're doing is we're picking out colors. We're picking out lights and darks. This is a dark area here. This is light. This is dark. This is light. This is dark. You'll see what I'm saying? Oh, the little thing is in the way. Okay, this is a dark area. This is a dark area. This is a dark. This is a dark. Here's a dark. Light, 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 light. Okay, so that's the first thing we're going to do is we're going to identify those darks and lights, and we're going to come in. I'm going to make kind of like a grayish. I'm using the gray.
Is that ice cream or whipped cream?
I thought it was ice cream, but
Cindy's husband wants to know, and I do too. I hope it's vanilla ice cream.
it looks kind of like ice cream to me because it looks like a scoop, right? Okay, so I'm using kind of like a gray at first. And I'm just gonna, it's got a little bit of the raw sienna in it as well.
Deborah had asked, do you do darks first or light?
I'm doing darks first. I don't know if there's a rule because I just don't know. But I'm just doing darks first. So paying attention to those darks. Now I want a little bit lighter. I don't want complete white yet, but I want a little bit lighter. So I'm adding some more white into my mixture. And you know what? I'm going to pick up some of this paint with my towel. I should probably have a paper towel, but I don't have one around. Okay. Just kind of dabbing. There's a lot of dabbing in this area right here. This is where I'm going to make that texture with my paintbrush. I'm just going to start dabbing. A lot of white paint, a little bit of that mixture color in there. I've never painted this before, y'all, so I'm just kind of making this up as we go, but it's working out, you know? Let's get a little bit more of this raw sienna in there.
Guess what you're getting me for my birthday?
What?
A knife.
Okay. I'm sure you'll probably buy it before your birthday, huh?
Well, Jen.
Your birthday's not till July.
Now, Jen.
See, I like what my finger is doing. You see how I'm putting the paint down? And then I want to smudge it just a little bit more. So
You want
I'm
to what
just,
to it?
I want to smudge it.
I think you said smudge it.
Smudge it.
What?
Smudge it. I like that.
Yeah.
Let's go a little higher. Let me see. Okay, now I'm going to come with a solid white, but I have to let it dry just a little bit. So let's go to the cherry and then we'll come back to our ice cream or whatever it is.
Mm.
And I'm going to use Pyrrole Red for the main red. And I need very little. I need just a little drop. And then I'm going to use Cadmium Red Light for the highlights, which is like an orange.
Good for
Okay.
you, Judy.
Oops, I hit my knee. Sorry, y'all.
You all right?
I shook the table. It's okay. I'm fine. What did Judy do?
Judy's son's birthday is the 25th, but he found something he wanted today, and she got it as his birthday
Oh,
present today.
yay. Good for you.
It's a Fire TV. Booyah.
I should be using a filbert brush, and I'm not. I'm using a flat brush. Filbert brush would allow me to go in a rounded painting circle rather than flat like I'm doing right now. That looks delish. And then I'm going to take a teeny bit. Look, I'm not even going to put it, I'm just going to dip in my paint right here. Now that is not light enough. I'm going to add some white to that orange. I need a little bit more white.
Kristen hit her knee on the table at the exact same time that the table shook.
That's those vibes. All right, let's get a little bit
It is looking
of
delicious. My gosh.
little bit of highlights in there. I need some green again for my, let's do this for my stem. I know I'm really sorry about the way I'm holding my canvas.
The painting needs to scoot up just a little bit. There you go.
This is my stem. Let's go.
Oh, I would eat that first.
What?
That cherry.
A little bit of a darker color. I have a lot of water on my paintbrush, so that's why it's kind of bleeding.
I agree, Monica.
Okay, so I just took all the paint off of my paintbrush, and I'm using my paintbrush to lift some of the paint off because I had too much.
That's how you're making the stem?
Yeah, so let me explain to you what I did again. I had too much water and too much paint on my canvas. So what I did was I cleaned my paintbrush off, I dried it off, and then I used my paintbrush to absorb that extra paint that I did not want on the canvas. And then I wiped my paintbrush off again. I still don't like the way it came out, so I'm going to add some white.
2 questions. What color red is this? It's a really funky red, you said.
It's called Pyrrole Red, P-Y or O-L-L, I think.
And Curry had an interesting question, which is also a subliminal message.
My stem is way too thick, but we're just going to go with it.
If you did a series with painting pies, what would the others be? Right?
Well, my first thought was I really wanted to paint a slice of a pie, but I couldn't find a really good picture of just a slice. So I painted the whole pie. You know how you can see like a slice on a piece of like a plate? That was my first, that's what I wanted to do at first. So this is kind of like, you really don't know what kind of pie it is at the moment. Am I right?
Nancy had a great idea. Huh.
Okay, now I'm adding just solid white to certain spots where I want it to be like super, super white.
God, that ice cream looks great. Thank you, Glenda. That ice cream looks like real. Mm. Nancy said a dessert series.
Oh, I would love to do food. I think it's so much fun to do close-up things like this. I love to do close-up paintings, you know, of things like really close.
I actually work with someone who gets paid to take pictures of food presentations.
Yeah, isn't that fun? That would be so much fun.
Well, Deborah's getting her piece of pie right now.
Mm-hmm. What kind of pie you got,
She's
Deborah?
getting cherry pie.
Mm.
I do too, Curry.
Okay, so here's something I want you to pay attention to that I see as a boo-boo. And I'm going to fix it in just a second. I see my background is too light. And so my white is hiding in that, see, like it's not showing well enough. Okay, there's not enough contrast between my white and my background. So I'm going to go in and I'm going to fix it. And this is what I'm going to do. Okay, I think I need a little bit of blue. I find it's kind of dull. There's no blue in this painting, and I want to pull some of the blue that's in here. So I'm going to grab, let's see, what would be a good blue? Let's see.
Titanium blue.
There's no such thing as titanium
okay.
blue.
Sorry.
I think I'm going to try just a teeny bit of this cobalt turquoise. And when I say teeny bit, I mean teeny, teeny bit. So
you're going to put blue where?
In the background. So I'm just going to take a little bit and I'm going to mix some water in it. Now that's really, really, really dark and I don't want that. It's super, super dark.
I think the painting's already done.
Who's saying that?
Cindy. Sorry, Cindy. I couldn't think of anybody.
Okay,
Cindy.
look, this is too much paint. Okay, this is too much paint. I don't want all of that. I want very, very, very little, and I want it to be watered down. So I'm grabbing some more water, and that's still too much paint. So I'm going to go a little bit further, and I'm going to water it down some more. All right, and here's the test. I'm going to come in here. And I'm going to pull this paint right on the edge. I'm going to make this a little bit darker.
Deborah's eating it now.
Now be careful when you're doing this. But I needed a little more contrast there. So I decided to add this blue. What do y'all think?
What is the name of that blue color?
The blue is called Cobalt Turquoise. It is a Master's Touch blend.
And I didn't realize it, but Michael just said what I was thinking, but I didn't know how to conjure up what I was seeing. That blue made the ice cream pop.
That's what I wanted. See? See?
And Wilson said that looks like 1,000,000 calories.
I think it's only 850, Wilson. I think it's only 850. I'm trying to make this little
I love banana
area right
bread.
here. Might have to go have a banana. My mama used to do banana splits every once in a while when she would get a wild hair on a Sunday night. They would have banana splits for supper. They'd go to what is it? Dairy Queen? Is that what it's called? Dairy Queen? I'm like, what'd you have for supper tonight? And she's like, oh, we go and get a banana split at Dairy Queen. I was like, oh, that sounds great.
Yeah, we know what that does. Christine said, great choice of blue.
Yes,
and
the blue
I
works.
agree 100%.
The blue worked. See how it just popped? Now it looks great.
Wow.
Okay. That was fun. I hope y'all have fun painting this because it was super, super fun. I really like painting with acrylics in a watercolor style. I don't even know how to use watercolors properly, but you can still have fun with acrylics, even, even painting like this. So I used a lot of acrylics on the actual product, the actual still life. And I added more paint, added more paint, added more paint. But then the background, I did like a watercolor background. And I really like the look of that. So yeah, that was a very, very fun painting tonight. I hope y'all liked the little bonus pie day painting. How much fun is that? Let me get us back on the screen so we can see everybody. Michael?
Yes. I'm sorry. I was
Look
reading the
how
pie
cute
comments.
it is. I love it. Do y'all know about pie? Or are y'all not interested?
First of all, everyone knows about pie that you eat. No one is interested in pie.
Nobody's
the number.
interested in the real meaning of pie.
No one likes that.
Oops, that's the wrong one. I meant to put this one.
No one likes that. Deborah said yes. Oh. Do you want to tell us, teacher?
Yes. So, pi was created many, 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 many years ago. The number pi is the ratio of the circumference of a circle to the diameter of the circle. And it is approximately 3.141592688. And I don't know any more of the numbers, but the numbers continue to go on forever and ever, and they do not repeat themselves. Pi is y'all know the little symbol. Okay, y'all know the little symbol that looks like pi, right? Y'all do know the symbol, right? It's like two legs with a little curve on the top. It is used in physics. It is used in engineering. It is used in trigonometry. It is used for all types of circular measurements. Okay, the volume of cylinders, anything that has a circular frame to it. Pi is something. Anyway, I can go on and on and on. It's used for lengths of arcs. It's so important that it's a part of a calculator. Like you see the little button on pi. Anyway.
Wow.
I can go on and on about pi.
Huh. It's pretty bad. I mean, thanks. That was lost my appetite actually.
Oh no.
I'm not hungry anymore. So hey, someone brought up something in the comments and asked me to pray about it, and so I want us. It's interesting. It's interesting because this has been on my heart lately. Actually, it's been on my heart for months, and it's all about forgiveness. And so let's pray about that as we integrate that prayer request with the others, with the tribe. Okay?
Okay.
All right. Well, Father God, we thank you for this evening. We thank you for the love that you show us without fail. Every single second, nanosecond of our lives. Oh God, you give us your love and your grace and your mercy. Oh, how we are so undeserving, but you have made us deserving. God, thank you for putting that prayer request on our hearts about forgiveness. God, let it pierce us, O Lord. Let it bring an acknowledgement to us so that we may ask those who we have offended for forgiveness, and that we may be blessed because we are doing the work that you have called us to do, and that is to be Christ-like. We thank you for the blessings of life, and we thank you for your Son, Jesus Christ. Amen.
Amen. Amen, guys. I hope you enjoyed the math lesson tonight and the painting lesson that went with it. I'm going to have to put a 3.14 on this painting somewhere.
Oh, I think that's copyright. Sorry.
All right, guys. We love you all. Mwah. Have a
Mwah.
great night, and we will see you again soon.
And we're going to Montana next Friday. Not
Next
this
Friday. Yeah,
next Friday.
we're still going to have one more.
We're still going to have lives when we're there, aren't we? Or are we not?
I haven't figured the schedule out yet, but we're still going to be, we're not missing a beat. Everything's going to still be working out. Are we leaving that soon?
Yeah, next Friday.
Not this Friday, but next.
Yeah.
Okay, we still
next
have
Friday.
another Monday and Tuesday before we leave here.
Yes, next.
So yeah,
next Friday.
I'll update y'all next week on what we're doing. Okay.
Later, guys.
All right, bye.